as a learning designer at Cultivate, I've spent a lot of time and energy building learning experiences for workplace community leaders, which gives me exposure to so many cool things happening in the workplace community sphere. There are all different kinds of community workplaces, and this award gives us the chance to celebrate the impact those communities have made on the individuals in them. So I loved seeing the nominations come in, and I'm so excited to share with everybody this community. So it is my pleasure to announce our winner for the Workplace Community of the Year Award, the Evolve for Finance community at Highmark Health. So a little bit about this community. The Evolve for Finance community was built to help members of Highmark Health's finance team answer 4 crucial questions. Who am I? What do I do? What do I want to do? And how do I get there? So Evolve for Finance is a community of over 1,300 individuals at Highmark and serves members through 3 primary ways: community connection point for learning and sharing, learning experiences and professional development, and mentoring. So it originally started as a side of desk initiative by Dr. Elizabeth Carter, who we heard from earlier today, but the leadership of the community has now become a dream job for Highmark Health's Director of Decision and Capital Analysis, Justin Schell. So Justin is here today to accept the award of Workplace Community of the Year on behalf of the Evolve for Finance community. So join me in congratulating Justin Schell and the whole Evolve for Finance community. Justin.
Yeah. Hey, Stephanie. Thank you so much. You know what? I'm Highmark Health's also their resident risk mad scientist is kind of the most of the work that I do at Highmark Health, but I'm really excited to get the chance to accept this award on behalf of Highmark Health. And I was doing some updated counts, and we actually have over 3,000 finance team members who participate and Evolve. And you know, at Highmark, we have this bold vision of a world where everyone embraces their health. And this really means making big changes in the way that our customers and community members engage in the healthcare system and receive their care. And that's a big transformation that we're trying to go through. And so the finance team needs to think about and learn about how do we really support that new kind of organization with the work that we all do as finance professionals. And so I and some folks that volunteer and still do side of the desk work for the Evolve program are really fortunate. We've built on a great history from folks like Dr. Elizabeth Carter, our enterprise COO, Karen Hanlon, and a number of our team members in the human resources area. And I think one of the things that's been really great is the chance to really focus on our why. And so that's something we do a lot with the Evolve team. And really, we believe that development with those connected key experiences that really benefits our team members, their engagement, their effectiveness, and their sense of personal achievement. And so we have some great executive support from folks like John Orner, the Enterprise Chief Investment Officer, and also Chris Phillips, who's the Vice President of Financial Operations. And they really support us with a chance to kind of live that why. And all of this really is not possible without those people that still step forward, that have passion in helping finance team members adapting to the new today that we're all living in, and really continuing to do the work at the side of their desk, whether it's our pillar leads or any of the supporting team members that help us kind of develop and execute all of our events. They really represent the best and brightest of our organization.
I love that. So there's a lot that you do for individual contributors and the whole team. So what are some of the impacts that you've seen as a result of this community?
I think one of the things that I'm really proud about is showcasing all the different journeys and career journeys that people go through within an organization. So Involved Unleashed is the pillar of our program focused on individual contributors. And we had a career kind of journeys highlight that we did a couple months ago. And one of the things I really challenged the team that put that together was I didn't want to just see the senior vice presidents and the executive vice presidents. I wanted to see the manager that has a long career in expertise and really makes the organization go. I wanted to see the individual contributor that was proud of a long career of doing great work, in their individual contributor space, and the team put that together. So we highlighted those careers at that event. We got a chance for everyone, hopefully, to find something that they were able to connect to, something that called out to them in their journey.
I love that. What are you working on now? What's next for the community? What's happening this year?
Well, one of the things that we're really focused on is digital competency. So digitization, if I can muddle through that word, is something that finance organizations around the world really need to continue to embrace. So Evolve is supporting our leaders with having discussions around what some of those digital competencies look like. And then hopefully that will guide us to core programs that we can build, whether be for leaders or individual contributors, to help them kind of pick up those skills and start using them in the workplace. That's kind of key to us going along with that enterprise transformation.
Great. So what advice would you give to cultivators looking to build meaningful communities within their organizations? I think there's a lot of people doing this in the cultivator community. So what has worked for you, and what would you tell others?
I think the most important thing that I learned, and I learned this from John Seminario, who was a director that I worked for a number of years. You have to start with a clear why. Why are you doing what you're doing? What do you really believe in? And then you have to always come back to that. Because if our why is centered around those development connected to key experiences. And so often you'll have folks who'll come up with great ideas that might be outside that why. And you have to be willing to accept that we got to get back to our why and focus on that. And then you have to come back to it every so many years. Elizabeth Carter really grew, evolved, and created this great vision. And then when I and a new team kind of stepped in and we had the transition, the first thing we had to do is, as a team, decide, okay, how do we want to reshape this why so it continues to link up with our passions and help us move forward.
I'm curious, how has the community evolved, which is, obviously an intended pun, over the years as you see sort of that wide change and the needs of the people involved change?
Yeah, I think we saw it began with employee engagement kind of in general in the finance division, and trying to kind of get the perspectives brought up to the leadership team. Then we moved in kind of the pandemic era that so many of us just went through, and it was kind of a way of just keeping the connective tissues and development tissues of the organization, those muscles continuing to work. And now we're like, okay, so we've now all of a sudden have come out of the pandemic. We're in the endemic environment, and the world is different. And how do we now keep up that pace of transformation in this new world where virtual locations are just as important as physical locations? A generational handoff is now underway. People that I've been at Highmark for 17 years. I'm a dinosaur now. But there are some folks who have retired recently, and it seems like the end of an era. And so how do we get the new generation of leaders and individual contributors? How do we bring them to the forefront? And that's really kind of the space that we find ourselves in today.
That's great. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here today. Congratulations on the award. Keep doing the great work that you're doing. We know how important this community development work is within large organizations.
Thank you for having me. And thanks again for recognizing us.
Thank you so much.